How we all doing? Welcome back to the Sean Atwood channel. I'm Ron Swanson. Things are going terribly wrong here for Ron. Technology-wise, the Frankenstein PC died. The main PC has died. But call me a conspiracy theorist, because I swear to God, they both started doing a forced Windows update and then just wouldn't come back on, which is a bit odd. So it's going to go to the PC doctor and they're going to fix it. So we're on the mighty, mighty laptop. And there's something I want to show you guys as well. One second. I swear to God. There it is. Nice. Oh. And we're going to jump into this Virginia stuff in just a minute, because I don't understand what's going on with this. And it may be a case that we stop talking about it for a couple of days and then we come back to this. Because I feel like the longer I stare at this, the stupider I'm becoming. Okay? Now, Sky Spirit 2 that's in the side chat here, I got a delivery today from Sky Spirit's website of a stunning print of a beautiful angel. I'm too scared to touch it for any longer than that, I'm not going to lie. Massive explosion in Moscow. First of all, how the hell did you find out my nickname, right? No, I'll go and check that out. Hang on. Right, this goes in here. All right. But yeah, very, very happy. I just need to get a proper big boy frame for it now. Right, okay. Ron is in slightly pink mode. Don't know why. The light that's above me is blue. Now, Lady Victoria Harvey. Listen, there's two types of person that when they come and comment on a case like this. Yeah, Ron's in his living room. So there's two types of people. First person would be if anyone from, you know, the Epstein camp was to sort of say anything. I'd be like, well, I don't know. I can't imagine you're going to have anything nice to say about this lady. And then anyone from the royal gene pool or association. Yeah, this is Ron's living room. This is Ron's living room. Dan is back tomorrow after the fiasco with the car and all the rest of it. And I think we're sort of in discussions of possibly putting on a show for you guys. So stay tuned for that. So, oh, and after the show, we're live with Zara this evening. And I think Thursday is going to be the new Zara night. So I'm excited. And then that show with Zara will take us through to Awakening. And yeah, it's all good. Who's messaging me? Megan's Mo is gone. What's Megan's Mo just done? It's a video she's posted. Legend. Okay, Lady Victoria Harvey claims that Prince Andrew accused of Virginia destroyed credibility following hospital release. Isn't that an interesting little headline? Isn't that an interesting little headline? Oh, thank you very much for that, Stephanie. Okay, let's read the article. Let's read the article, and then we'll jump into this. Also, can I just say, oh my God, there's freaking There's my G. What is happening, my guy? What is happening? Where have you been? Where the hell have you been, my guy? I hope you're doing well, brother. CJ. Now, are people in the waiting room, or am I tripping? No, there's not. Right. So we're going to do the call-in feature today as well. So if anyone wants to join the Discord, if you go to project, is there feed? Are you guys getting like a tinny noise? Like, does it sound like someone's rustling a plastic bag when I'm talking? Does it? Can anyone hear what I'm talking about? It's like when I'm talking, it sounds like a bag's rustling. Can you guys hear that? No, you can't hear that. So it's this end. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you guys are okay. It's the voices in my head. So also, Ron got a massive Ethernet cable, right? And I am overly impressed. Not that anyone cares. Not that anyone cares. But this laptop I've got is badass. I got it last year. And I'm currently running a 35-inch widescreen curved 4K monitor, a Go XLR, a Stream Deck, a 4K camera, and this thing isn't even heating up yet. I can hear it. I swear to God, Andrew, right? Just tell me now if you're joking, Andrew, okay? Because everyone's looking at you, and I'm telling you now, if I spend the next 15 minutes trying to fix something that you're busting my chops about, the finger of doom shall come for you, Andrew. It shall come. In fact, hang on. Jesus Christ, the finger will come for you, Andrew Brown. I will come for you. Be honest, Andrew. For the reckoning shall come to us all. Wait, let me just make sure the audio is coming from the right place. No, that's not the right.
This is the right mic. And listen to me, child. That's better. Okay. And the speakers should be this one. Okay, so okay. We should be good now, right? Okay. Okay. It was maybe because I was picking up my own sound.
Testing. Hello? Yeah, now I'm talking. Now that you're listening to this mic, morons, you're all listening to the wrong mic. This mic. You get that? Sounds fine. What are you, Darth Ron? That's not Darth Vader. We'll get to Darth Vader later, okay? We'll get to Darth Vader. We can do an old woman as well.
Hang on a second, right? So we take the reverb off.
And then we start turning it this way.
And we can go a little bit like an older woman. Hello, my name is Doris. Has anyone seen my grandson? Andrew Brown. He's gone missing. He played a prank on a streamer, and now I can't find him. I'm so lost. I'm so lost.
Right. Anyway, right, without any more shenanigans. I'm trying to do my job here. I'm excited to see you guys too, but relax. Ron's a little bit pink and slightly blown out by the lights, but that's okay. By the way, also, you're stuck with me until like midnight, okay? So if any of you are like the where's the Sean people, Neener, ain't one of those days. All right, let's read this. Okay, Prince Andrew's former lover. That noise is doing my head in though. Let me just try something. Hang on a sec. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just as upset about as you are that I'm taking so long with this. It's outrageous. Outrageous. Has it got to do with this? Is it to do with this? Hello? Hello? This is driving me mad. Oh my God, I almost knocked that over. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Also, let me just check something. No. Sorry, this is going to sound really stupid, right? But I can't remember what type of microphone this is. A dynamic microphone. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're on the right microphone. So apparently it must just be in my head. So yeah, it's all good. Sean and I just want to say, Sean and I are the ultimate podcasting team. Okay. Chatty boy, right? Smart. Well, it's basically chatty Ron and super smart Sean. It's a great team. All right. So former lover has claimed the credibility of accuser Virginia has been destroyed. Funny that, because I think the reputation of your former lover is the one who's got the biggest reputation that's been destroyed. In fact, let me pretend like I'm talking to you, Lady Victoria Harvey, okay? Because I hate to remind you, love, his mummy was pure like, okay, go and sell one of my earrings to the pawn shop. Bosh. 12 mil. 12 mil, love. Eh? Ah? Anything you want to report, Lady Harvey? Anything? I'm watching you. Okay, right. Has claimed the credibility of accuser Virginia has been destroyed after she was released from hospital. I think Prince Andrew's reputation was destroyed after the Epstein thing, after the 12 million buyout, but that's okay. Just keeping it real. Victoria was traveling in a white hatchback when Victoria was traveling in a white hatchback when it had what police describe as a minor collision. Okay, it's funny because allegedly that's what Prince Andrew collided with. Oh, anyway. However, following the incident, Miss Victoria 41 shared a shocking photo on Instagram showing her lying in a hospital bed as she claimed the bus had been driving at 110 kilometers an hour and left her with fatal kidney failure. Now, I'm not being funny. That's the impression she gave me. Okay? Now, and I'm not being funny. That's the impression this woman gave me. 110 mile an hour crash, right? Injuries are from this. That's the impression she gave us. So we can't criticize her for that. However, recent days have seen Epstein victim reportedly released from hospital. Now the 48-year-old aristocrat Lady Harvey has claimed she has been vindicated after hitting out at Victoria's injuries. She had previously suggested Epstein's victim had fabricated details about her report on life-threatening condition. Well, look, you're not wrong there either. I hope you're not talking about me. I hope you're not saying that I've had Botox, young man. Okay? This wrinkle fest is natural. No, I know you're not talking about me. Now 40-year-old aristocrat, she had previously suggested Epstein's victim had fabricated details about her reported life-threatening condition. Posting to Instagram, Lady Harvey posted an image of herself smiling with the caption, "What is car?" Whoa. Oh, I don't know about that, mate. Like, I don't know about that, Lee. That's a bit mad. Do you know what? I need to read that again, mate. She previously suggested Epstein's victim had fabricated details about the reported life-threatening condition. Posting to Instagram, Lady Harvey posted an image of herself smiling with the caption, "What is karma?" What? Accompanied by the soundtrack of Europe's 1986, the final countdown, because she had days to live. This live stream has just taken a side swerve that none of us could have predicted. Oh, man. I'm sorry. You said what? this count. Listen. So let me get this straight. The woman at the center of the Epstein case being blown wide open ends up in hospital and says she's got 4 days to live. Then the former freaking slapping that bitch, man, of Prince Andrew is running to his defense, and then she puts the final countdown because she's got 4 days to live. And she cannot tell me that she can backtrack on this because she thought that she was in a car accident at 100 kilometers an hour. What is karma? It's like this universal rule that goes around comes around, and it's hard to argue with the idea that someone who's caused a lot of harm might eventually face the music. I'm sorry. I need the echo for this. Hang on a second. Hang on. Hello. I'm sorry. What? Who's done to who do the what now? This is a madness. So we've got freaking elbow skin freaking neck woman here, right? Who, I'm sorry, like, it looks like someone's carved a woman out of a stick and then got like a defrosted sausage and tried to spear it onto the stick and mush it. And that's not me criticizing anyone, okay? I happen to like sausages. The way I see it, the universe has a slow but steady way of balancing things out. It might not happen right away. Sometimes it takes way longer than we'd like, but just those choices you've got. This is a woman sitting on the internet, rejoicing in the alleged dying days of another human being. And she pumped Prince Andrew. I said it. I don't give a crap. She pumped Prince Andrew. Can we trust a woman? Can we trust that woman? Allegedly pumped him. Because it seems to me like when the ex-girlfriend of the guy in question, okay? Well, let me bring you up on a wee image here, Lady Victoria. Uh-huh. Let's just have a little look here, shall we? We are going into Sean Connery mode. Okay. So, let's talk about karma, shall we? So, this is... You want to talk about karma and things coming around. This looks like a scene from a movie, right? Where this woman has just brokered a deal for a great new sale of a house for this guy, except it wasn't a house. It was a right? Mad. Anyway, 1 second. Let's go back to the article. Sorry. I got digressed. Okay. At least we've got the mic running through this now, because that wouldn't have worked with the other mic setup. Okay, hashtag karma. Following the incident, the woman who was driving Virginia at the time of the collision over claims the crash had left her with just days to live. I can't remember if that woman claimed that, but I can tell you what she did claim, or she didn't claim, right? Is when she was interviewed by the police, the following day, no one's mentioned if they've asked her if anyone else was in that car. Because I hate to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, but I have to go with who I feel are the real people in this. And sadly, you can all call me an idiot. You can call me a fool. But I'm going to choose to go with the bus driver's story. Okay? And here's why. If the bus driver wasn't a real guy in this, he would have told us that Virginia was in the car. Like, what does that go to prove? Like, we know that the car crash took place. I'm so confused. Like I say, the more I stare at this, the dumber I get. 100%. I'd also like to point out that Ron is a tough sale on proof of life. There was one time that I was very concerned for Big Homie, and somebody was on the other end of his phone saying that he was Big Homie's mum, and I didn't believe them. I need a lot of proof of life, and I ain't seen nothing. We've got this crazy biatch, right? Lady Victoria Harvey criticizing this woman. And then we've got Cheryl, old Cheryl, 71, driving the white hatchback when the police described it as a minor incident. She claimed that the collision was a simple misunderstanding and everything has been sorted out. How do you go from minor traffic accident with one person in a car to a story that went from, oh, I drove myself to the hospital after the 100-kilometer crash, to, oh, I went to a center where then they sent me home and then I got sent to hospital again. But hey, don't worry, I was not seen going into hospital. I wasn't seen leaving hospital. There's no witnesses that say I was in the car, and the accident was so minor, it was an exchange of information. What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? I know you're hearing me say it. I'm genuinely asking you, what is going on? Right, let's jump into the news again, right? Because we're getting nothing. What we're getting, ladies and gentlemen, right? If you don't know how all this works, right? So let's talk hypothetically here about if you wanted to destroy someone and then make them disappear. Okay? Hypothetically speaking, all right? If we had somebody we wanted to discredit, see, the problem is, if you've got somebody like Virginia and you just take them out the game suspiciously, you make them a martyr. Oh no, we got some Julia stuff coming, people. Do not worry. Do not worry. Okay? Do not worry. It's all starting on Monday. And now I've forgotten what I was saying. Okay, so you've got someone like her. So if you were to take her out the game now, you would make her a martyr. All right? You'd make her a martyr because everyone would be like, "Oh no, oh no, they've taken the one woman who Gonzo," right? So you need to destroy her first in the public. Once someone's been publicly crucified, metaphorically speaking, by the internet, then you're clear to, you know what I'm saying? The old, you know what I'm saying? And if you can do it in a way that makes this person look bonkers and then somehow make it all of the internet's fault for criticizing her and pushing her over the edge, even better. Even better. You know what I'm saying? I actually spoke to Julia today. She is... So, Ron had a bit of a tough week last week. And Julia has phoned me almost every single day just to make sure I'm okay. Okay? Just to put it in perspective. She's in jail worrying about her friends. and making sure she touches base with him. And like, how awesome is that? How awesome is that? You know what I mean? And she knows how uncomfortable it makes me. Like, she knows how uncomfortable it makes me knowing that people care. There's a couple other people out there like that too. And I know you're watching. I know you know too. But it's nice. It's nice. It's nice to have somebody other, and I'm not saying like I don't have somebody who cares, but she's in prison, mate. Do you know what I mean? And she's like, okay, just wanted to make sure you're all right. Speak to you later. Poof. Legend. Absolute legend. So yeah. What else? We're reading this freaking thing. Jesus. Okay. I'm not covering her. I'm not implicated in a cover-up. What? Okay. 71-year-old claimed the collision was simple. I'm not covering for her. Whoa. I'm not implicated in a cover-up. She described the incident as a misunderstanding. How? I'm sorry, dumbass. You're 71. My mum's older than you. And if she gets hit by a bus in a car, she ain't having any misunderstanding. Okay? If the misunderstanding was which side of the car the bus hit, no problem. You're 71. You probably got a bit of a spook. It's no problem. But to not remember that the car was going fast enough to vaporize you and not remember if there was a passenger, dumbass, right? Because there is holes all over this, man. And I'm telling you now, why is no one else picking holes in this? I feel like the Illuminati's sitting by going, no one's talking about this. Apart from that pesky Ronald. Read that again, please, Ron. Really? Okay. Hang on. Where am I looking? She described the incident as a misunderstanding. Following the accident, the woman who was driving Virginia at the time of the collision over claims the crash had left her with just days to live. Why do people write like that? Cheryl was driving Virginia's white hatchback when the police described as a minor accident with a school bus. He claimed the collision was a simple misunderstanding and everything has been sorted out. I'm not covering for her. I'm not implicated in a cover-up. What? This is the actual news, okay? Somebody got paid to write this. She described the incident as a misunderstanding. Oh yeah, Uber, I knew you'd be forensically like just sitting there going over this one because okay, yesterday it came to light Victoria was due to appear in court alleging breaching a family violence restraining order, which she was not required to attend this, all right? Restraining order just days before claiming she had days to live following a bus crash. A charge was lodged against her at the magistrate's court in Joondalup, Western Australia on March 14th. No plea was entered at the hearing, and the matter is next listed for a hearing on April 9th, which was yesterday. Her estranged husband, Robert, is also facing separate charges. They must have slapped the crap out of each other, these two. Victoria was charged with inadequate storage for guns. Oh no. Incorrect storage of guns and reckless driving, and has been fined $1,200. I think that's Australian dollars. So, yeah. And has lost her license for 6 months for reckless driving. Victoria sparked concerns when she posted battered and bruised photo. Battered and bruised, that's exactly what it looks like. Yep. It doesn't look like I was murdered by a bus at 100 kilometers an hour and then scientifically stuck back together. Jesus. Just so you know, you can do a really simple experiment, right, at home, if you'd like to see what would happen if a bus collides with you at 70 miles an hour. All you need to do is, if you take a standard grape and just put it on the counter, bring your flat palm up to roughly level with your ear, and then sharply exhale and slam that motor, just batter that grape. That is a close demonstration of what would happen. That's what would happen. Thank you, Linda. My hair is looking all right today. I'm pleased with it. However, police said it was only a minor crash. A statement was issued on behalf of yesterday that said, Virginia thanks every... And do you know what else? I feel like in the Illuminati, someone screwed up here. I feel like it was like day one, it's a new Illuminati member. Maybe it's like someone's hired their freaking nephew, right? You know, Cyril, right? He's not exactly the best, right? But, you know, it's the Illuminati boss's freaking nephew. We've got to let him have a shot. I feel like he was maybe in like a public toilet and it ran out of paper and he got stuck in the cubicle for hours. And he was meant to be at the road where this bus collision happened to then subsequently unalive everyone in a believable fashion, like a big fiery ball of flames, right? And since then, Cyril has been trying to fix this. Oh, see, I've got 4 days to live. I'll be fine. Don't worry. All right, I'll be fine. That makes sense. Frickin' Cyril. Some hamster on a piano madness. I think I'm not making funny. I'm not being funny, Dorian, right? That actually does, it makes sense when you apply the Illuminati intern algorithm. It makes sense. Oh, Uber Fuber is down in here. Let's see what's going on here. Uber, can you hear me, you handsome devil? I don't know if you can. Let me just fix my audio. No, you can't. So broadcast stream, and then we'll put you on, what channel do you want to go on? Let's put you on the chat channel. And if I turn off, can you hear me now, Uber? You should be able to hear me now. If you're actually there, you may not be here. Oh, there you are.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, you handsome devil. How are you?
Hello, mate. Handsome. I haven't been called that very often just lately.
Well, listen. Listen, I call it as I see it, okay? Not that I've ever
mate, you're right.
I'm all
Hello,
right.
Guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Can you guys confirm that you can all hear Uber? Can you, hang on, Uber, can you just count to 5 for me?
1,
yeah,
2,
they can hear you. They can hear you. If 4, I can see that little gray circle moving, they can hear you. Right. Cool. So Uber, listen, mate. Right. Listen.
Yes, mate.
So before we jump into this, I want to get your thoughts on Lady Victoria Harvey and her karma post. Right. And let's not even go conspiracy theory. Let's go, how poor of a taste of a post from an aristocratic female it's disgusting. So I want to hear your reaction to that first, and then we'll dive into the meat of all this. What was your take?
I thought it was quite tasteless, wasn't it? Regardless of what Victoria Guthrie might have gone through, whether it be a car accident or not, she definitely doesn't look very healthy there. So the last thing I'd be doing is taking the mick. Personally, I think it was very poor taste. I think she should know better. You don't care what somebody's been through. If they're looking like that, that's not good. So I wouldn't wish on anybody.
Yeah, or maybe she knew. Maybe she knows more than we do.
Maybe, but still, I mean, if they're proper injuries, she doesn't deserve to be mocked and dragged through the media like that. And even the people in the chat are going, she looks dead, and she actually does look dead.
It actually looks.
She does not look healthy, does she? Let's be honest.
I'm not being funny, but if you were Lady Victoria Harvey, I'm not being funny, but you've styled your hair awfully similar to how this woman is lying in this hospital bed.
She looks. Do you know what that picture looks like? It looks like it's should be in a thumbnail for Coronation Street or something.
Yeah, all right, I'll take that. That's all right.
What she looks like there.
Yeah, we can put that on the internet.
She is.
We can definitely put that on the internet. Now, we just had somebody mention the eyes. It was Sophia. So, yeah, we've been talking about the eyes a lot. I think we've all sort of landed on the same thing here, that we don't think this is a picture of a living person. Now, but Ron, she was seen the other day in a vehicle. Okay.
Was
So,
she?
well, this is from 3 hours ago, right? Daily Mail. Victoria breaks cover. All right, there's a video too, where we're getting spoiled here.
Let's have a look. Get spoiled here, you know.
Okay, we don't even have this. The content. Oh no, here we're getting an advert first, right?
Okay.
So,
Oh yeah, of course we've got to have an advert,
Yeah.
haven't we?
For the first time, after claiming that she only had 4 days to live, the S traffic victim was released from hospital after being involved in a serious car crash.
Is that her? Is that her after coming out of hospital with sticking the middle finger up?
Yeah. So
What? So we're meant to believe that she was laying on that bed, busted up like that, and then look at her face, not a mark on it, like literally days later. What happened?
here's the thing.
Yeah,
Her
I'm
brother
shocked.
said, nowhere did Victoria want to give the impression that her injuries came from the bus crash. That's what her brother posted. That's what her brother's
Well,
claim.
I can't believe that. Why is she posting that picture then, saying that she?
Correct. Now, Ron, a real weird energy. This could be the lady. Could this Victoria lady know more than Tichelle? We're talking about the ex-girlfriend of somebody at the largest human transportation case in the world.
Yeah.
I would just like to apologize for anything you've caught off that energy, Tichelle. Okay, make sure that you go and give yourself a good saging, a good old saging, my G, like super sage, like break open grandmama's ancient sage. Okay.
Yeah. I'll be yourself over the ashes and everything.
Yeah. You wanna cleanse thy spirit and soul.
Kids don't try this at home.
So
Oh dear.
it's just mad, Uber, right? So
It
now
really
listen,
is.
Uber,
It's-
you're kind of one of our community member who's like quite you're quite open about you very much like the forensic side of detective work, the how people write
Yeah, I
things,
love it. All
how people
behavioural stuff,
say
all-
things,
all-
yeah,
anything-
behavioral stuff,
anything-
yeah. So first of all,
analysis and-
yeah, take us like first of all, you're not claiming to be an expert. Uber's not claiming to
Nope.
be an expert.
No,
but-
not at all. I'm learning.
But all I'm
I've
saying
got a long
is
way to go, yeah.
if
For an expert.
if you're reading something about model trains and your next door neighbor happens to be really into model trains, it's probably all right to talk to him about said model trains, right? So
yeah,
take us through your hobbyist forensic analysis of this from day one, like the original post, how that made you feel, and up till now. Take us through that. And
well, okay. So the first post I was aware of was Virginia's post apparently from hospital, and she was all busted up. Yeah, the one where she looks unalived. Okay, that was the first I heard it because I don't normally watch the news. It's just not unless there's something on it. So that was the picture I saw, and she heard that she'd been in a crash. She sounded really down in the dumps. That post where she said, "Oh, everything's shit" and all that. Like, the general context of that was emotionally. She seems very drained. She lost all hope. And it does look like it's been written by a female. Now we're hearing that the bus crash was only a very minor one. And overall, she shouldn't have had those injuries in the first place. But then we see this a picture of her coming out of the hospital in a car, not a mark on her face, putting up the bird for everybody for all to see.
Yep.
She's obviously been snapped by the paparazzi. It's Virginia Hervey, who I've never heard of.
Okay,
and she just looks like an extra from Constipation Street. But regardless. Okay, so she may have had inside information knowing that this was a hoax. It's definitely stinking of a hoax to me now. But obviously beforehand we didn't know that, did we? So
Right,
we
so
were
wait,
worried.
wait,
I was
Uber. So
I
here's
was worried
Uber.
about her safety, to be honest,
So-
to be busted up like that.
Uber, here's the thing.
Go on.
There's still no proof of life. I know we've had these pictures of her that were allegedly taken on her way to pick up animal feed or something like that.
Yeah,
Or a supply
well, that
shop.
was going to be my next point. Why isn't she all over?
Why aren't
social
all the
media
why
now?
aren't all of the news reporters out? Why is it one? Why have we only got 2 photographs? Okay. Why was no one seen her leave or enter the hospital? Why is there no CCTV? Why is there nothing? Why is she not reporting on herself? What is going on?
Well, this is what I mean. This is what, when I said the other day, it looks like we're being strangled for information. That's exactly how it's feeling still, that somebody's delivery not allowing information out for whatever reason and in whatever manner.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she's been kidnapped and held or anything like that. I'm not saying anything dodgy is happening, but for some reason, it just seems there's a stranglehold on the amount of information that we're getting hold of.
It's not even a stranglehold. Do you know what it is? A stranglehold would implicate that there's people there wanting information. It seems like it's like someone going to feed the ducks, right? And we're the ducks, and they're just throwing out little tiny crispy nuggets that will satisfy the general public.
They don't want anybody's attention on it. Is that the sort of vibe you get from this? Because that's the sort of vibe I'm getting from it as well. They don't want this reported on. They don't want people, the prying eyes of the public on this, which makes me ask why. So I'm going to want to look even further into it. And you know what I mean? It's just that's a red rag to a bull. With me.
Hang on.
Do you not think, though, it's a bit weird that we're only getting these little tiny little snippets of information, but somebody can go online and slag her off all they want and nobody's stopping that. But when we want to know the facts, we're not being given them. And I just want to know why.
I just want to say, right?
By her,
I just want to say, Lilith in the side chat since day one has not changed her opinion on this. And she is going full psyop on this. Now, I think basically because I'm I've said from day one, I'm fully invested, right, into the tinfoil hat narrative of this, and I'm deeply I'm deep into this.
You see where you're coming from as well. I mean, nothing's out of the question in my eyes because I'm getting nothing but questions, not answers.
And I tell you something else. The more I look at this ear, I just want to say, everyone, there was some people that had a problem with the ear in this. I actually think what we're looking at here is her ear and then a pink square or triangle that if you rotate this back, this image round to where it should be, could possibly be a hole in the plastic rail that we're seeing through.
I think it's either the pillow or that does look like it's a piece of material folded that she just happened to be in front of.
Because I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to clear that up for some people.
Yeah, I'm not reading too much into that.
Losing their mind over it. And
so
fair enough.
It's either a big hoax by her having all that makeup put on and looking dead, or she has been like that at some point. Just maybe she's using that as a way of getting it out. We don't know how her husband's treating her.
Where so your mind is she's alive and you think that she has been spotted since? Is that where your heads are? Or do you think
my mind is I hope she's alive and I hope she's been spotted since, but like I say, I've just got nothing but questions because there's no information to give us any ideas on anything, is there? I can't see anything that's given us at least an inclination of what could be happening. We're just being drip fed info.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. I just want to say, everybody, this stream will be over in 4 minutes. I have another stream coming up at 8 o'clock with Zara Marley, continuing the.
Oh, she's brilliant, isn't she?
Yeah, Zara's amazing. So we're very much looking forward to that. I'm just getting that set up as we speak. And
show Zara some love, guys. Come and join us.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be doing a phone in as well. I'll have the link ready if I can get the link ready now.
I'd love to speak to Zara. She's amazing.
Yeah, man.
Really is nice. Awesome girl.
Yeah. And Sean has done me the massive favor of forwarding me literally about 25 guests that have emailed to be on the show. And yes, I'm going to start filling some slots up with some guests and sort of hosting my own little interviews and things.
Get
here.
Russell Brand on and let me give you some questions to ask him.
Dude, I mean,
He probably wouldn't come on. You never know though. He might do.
dude, you got to understand, with me and Russell, I have got two very solid opinions on what's going on here. And they're very contradictory of each other. Very contradictory.
Right. Like I say, I'm just going by the language and the behaviour, mate. We could well be guilty. I could be wrong. But DD, Deception Detective, he nailed every one of them that I got. And he even missed one that he come back to that I got clocked as well. There's a few of us in chat that clocked it, so he made a video of it. But yeah, even he missed one. But yeah, it's just, I know. I think he swings for the fence, mate, and I think he falls flat on his face, to be honest with you. But that's just because of what the stuff I know, that's all.
Well, look, I'm amazed at how well this laptop is running. I just want to point that out. Franken PC could not handle what we're doing right now, and a little laptop here isn't even hot.
What have you got? What did you buy?
It's some random laptop called, I don't know, an ICI or something. I have no idea. It was like, I think it was about 1,300 quid. And it's a purpose-built gaming and high-end streaming solution laptop, right?
If you're paying that sort of money, mate, you're looking at a good piece kit, 100%.
For a laptop, maybe. Definitely not for a PC. I mean, PCs are...
No, for a laptop, yeah, 1,300 quid's all right for a laptop, definitely, for what you need.
Well, it's super... It's really, really simple. Because I'm running a 35-inch curved 4K monitor, right?
Nice.
Plus all the trimmings streaming.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, listen, everybody, we are a few seconds away from our next show. So I'm going to start the next show now. And when that goes live, I'm going to end this show. And I will see you all over there. You guys will get the option to get shunted over, and I'll see you guys over there. Thanks all for being here. Thanks for joining me.